If your partner had an amazing connection with someone else, would that bother you more than if they had an actual physical affair with somebody? We were asking this because Kirstie Alley, who's just come out of Big Brother, she says she fell in love with two of her male co-stars while she was working with them. Patrick Swayze, when they filmed North and South, and then John Travolta when they worked together on Look Who's Talking. I think they did a couple of those, didn't they? The feelings, she says, were mutual, but things didn't go further because she didn't want them to, because she was married.
There is something, we've kind of touched on this before, but there's something about, you know, if I was given a choice, do you want them to have a one-night stand or a long-standing affair of the head, I'd probably go for the one-night stand because
I think I could cope more. Yeah,
it's
I think I could not. This is not me condoning that, Amy, by the way, just saying. No. This is not permission. No. I think I could deal more with a kind of drunken snog somewhere than an affair, because
like
I think,
or
even a deep friendship. Yeah. So that deep friendship. I mean, she says we're best pals and kindred spirits, which again, I just think I don't want women to be kindred spirits.
And people say, you know, when they'll talk about, you know, and they say, well, it wasn't an affair because all it was a snog. To me, that's the most intimate part of it.
It's about the intimacy.
If you snog somebody, that's why some ladies of the night say that they'll do the jiggy jigs, but I'd rather do the actions, in case you don't know, the jiggy jigs. But they won't do the kissing bit, the jiggy jigs. Anyway,
well, holding
years and years ago, or holding hands, years and years ago, my first husband, don't mind saying this, my first husband was doing a show, a musical in Northampton, and I don't know why the geography is relevant, but anyway, it was. And he would come, and he would come back. He would come back and say, "Oh, yeah, no." I'd say, "Who are you working with?" And he'd name this person and that person, and this is the wardrobe person, and this. And we all went out and had a drink, and this person, and that was fine until I saw the cast list, and I thought, that's interesting. This hasn't mentioned this person. And when my mum and I went to see the show, and we went backstage, he introduced me to everybody, and as this very beautiful actress walked by, he didn't, and I knew immediately that he was by the
mention-itis,
instead of mention-itis. And when I saw, and because I'd watched it on stage because I'd seen the name, and he was interacting with every other character on stage except that one person, and I knew.
It's the little thing.
Yeah,
it is.
Or they go the other way, don't they? And go over the top, keep talking about them and about how great they are and their husband or whatever, you know.
Yes, you think it's like double bluff. Was it what you said, that film?
Yeah, well, there was a couple of films, actually, but there's Falling in Love with Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep, where they just meet each other on a train every day into work, and they end up falling in love with each other. But when his wife finds out that he's been sort of contacting her, he goes, well, we haven't had sex, and she slaps him around the face and says, that's worse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, going back to that Big Brother, the footballer guy in there doing the old it's only banter and everything, to me, that's bad. I hate that word. I only tell it like it is, and it's banter. I just want to punch people who say those things. Anyway, but yeah, that banter thing, it wasn't banter, it was leaving love letters in a private way for somebody to find, which is...
When you have a partner on the outside. And you kind of go, there's
stupid, really,
cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I think that, and you know, we were talking earlier about Lee Ryan. Now, again, we don't know the truth behind that, but the picture is them holding hands. And funny, Amy and I were discussing this yesterday because we were looking at the papers, and I said to him, you know, that's very intimate.
Yeah, it is.
So I said, even like linking arms, or even if he had his arm round her or something, I said, if you'd have seen Anton and I, might have linked arms once, I can't even remember, but holding hands is a very intimate
And also
thing.
how they hold hands, right? Because there's a difference between doing this and then when you link. That's the most intimate.
See, I have these conversations with Gary all the time. So when we flick through the papers, me and Gary, and I go, oh, look at that, look. And he looks at me like I'm mad, because I'm picking up on something that I know every woman is thinking. And he's like, well, they're just holding hands. What's the, you know... It's a different thing, man, unless you're actually catch somebody
my attitude
in the act.
to the whole thing, when I think of when I used to sit on this show years ago when I drank and I was a bit of a party animal, my attitude to marriage and affairs and everything, and now it's so different. I just think of the things that I used to think was okay, because I've been the done to and the doer as well, so I can see it from both sides, and now it just horrifies me.
Well, we asked you, is a head affair worse than a bed affair? 37% said yes, 63% said no.
Oh, did they?
But I think the question, in a way, because bed affair suggests multiple meetings. It's more like if it was a one-night stand, I think it would be slightly different.
Bethany says neither is worse. They're both equal. Emotional and physical connections are equally important in a relationship. If someone is seeking that with someone else, that's wrong.
Yeah, I'd be hurt with either.
Yeah, I would be hurt with either, but if I had to choose... if you forced me to choose, I'd go with the...
Don't try it on, Rick.
We don't now.
I know we've held hands.
As I'm saying, Eamon, it's hypothetical, OK?